Have you ever looked at your dog, cat, or even a giraffe and wondered, why the tail? No, seriously, what's the deal with animals and those waggy, twitchy, swishy appendages? Kristen M. from Kansas City did, and she asked a question that might seem simple, but actually dives deep into millions of years of evolution, survival strategies, flirtation techniques, and even poop flicking. Yes, really. Let's dive tail first into the wild world of tails. We promise it won't be a drag unless we're talking about how birds reduce drag in flight, a journey through time. Long before the days of fetch-playing Labradors or tree-swinging monkeys, the earliest animals in Earth's ancient oceans had tails. These were not just decorative accessories, they were lifesavers. Fishy ancestors of ours used their tails like built-in outboard motors to dart away from danger and zip through prehistoric waters with flair. As some of these aquatic critters flopped their way onto land and evolved legs, their tails didn't just fall off from disuse. Instead, nature got creative and started tailoring tails for new jobs. Imagine the evolutionary version of LinkedIn. Tails seeking new role in balance, communication, or predator smacking. Highly adaptable. Tails that keep animals on their toes, literally. Let's start with one of the most acrobatic uses of tails balance. You've probably never seen a kangaroo wiping out like a cartoon character. That's because their hefty, muscular tails act as stabilizers when they hop around like furry pogo sticks. But kangaroo tails aren't just passive props, they are also like a third leg. Yes, kangaroos have built-in tripods. When they walk, their tail works in sync with their hind legs to propel them forward. It's like nature gave them a portable hiking stick for life. Cats, on the other hand, take tail balancing to a whole new level. Ever seen a cat glide along a narrow fence like a fuzzy ninja? That's thanks to their tails acting like tightrope poles, keeping their fluffy bodies upright even when walking along impossibly narrow ledges. And then there are monkeys, swinging through the treetops like caffeinated gymnasts. Many species have tails that aren't just for show, they are fully prehensile, meaning they can grip things. That's right, these tails are like extra hands. Some monkeys can even hang from their tails while munching on bananas. Talk about multitasking. Tails that talk. Now, let's talk communication. Before animals invented TikTok, they used their tails to send messages. In fact, many still do. Wolves, for instance, use tail position to signal social status. A tail held high says, "I'm the boss around here," while a lowered tail says, "Don't mind me, just blending in." Dogs, their domestic descendants, inherited this tail talk system, but added a few new features like that wild wag when you say walk. We humans like to think we're advanced communicators with smartphones and emojis, but dogs have been doing the same thing for centuries. Wagging equals happy. A stiff tail can mean alert or nervous, and a tail tucked between the legs. That's dog for I messed up. Birds also talk with their tails, just in a flashier, more showy way. Ever seen a peacock showing off his tail feathers like a Vegas showgirl? That's not just vanity, it's part of the bird dating game. A big bright tail says, "Hey baby, check out these jeans." Female birds dig it. And yes, turkeys do it too. Turns out romance isn't dead, it just has feathers. Bug off. Tails that defend and protect. Not all tails are about balance and social status. Some tails mean business, specifically the business of defending the tail owner from becoming someone else's lunch. Take stingrays, for example. Their tails come armed with venomous barbs that can give predators a nasty surprise. It's like carrying around a hidden dagger, just in case. Then there's the rattlesnake. These desert-dwelling drama queens have tails that rattle like maracas at a salsa party. That ominous shaking sound is basically the snake shouting, "Back off, or I'll turn you into a regrettable life choice." Meanwhile, cows and horses have tails that are more like personal fleecewatters. Grazing peacefully in fields, they flick those tails around to keep mosquitoes and flies away. Some animals even have tails that work like whisk brooms, evolution's way of saying, "Let's keep things tidy." And speaking of insects, their tails are in a class of their own. Insects evolved separately from backboned animals, so their tail-like parts often serve specialized functions. Think wasps, for instance. Some of them lay eggs inside other bugs, using a tail-like appendage. Others use those same tails to paralyze prey. It's equal parts gross and amazing. Tail control in birds. Birds don't just use their tails for flirtation and sitting pretty. When it comes to flying, tails are essential tools for navigation. They act like rudders and air brakes, helping birds steer, stay stable, and slow down when they are about to land on a wobbly tree branch or, in urban areas, a power line. Their tail feathers spread out mid-flight to reduce drag and improve maneuverability. Think of a bird's tail like the spoiler on a sports car, except fluffier and more aerodynamic. Tails and evolution. Now here's the million-dollar question. If tails are so useful, why don't we have one? Believe it or not, we used to. Our primate ancestors, the distant great-great-great-grand monkeys of humanity, had tails. But once our hominid relatives started walking upright on two legs, tails became unnecessary. Over time, evolution decided to ditch the extra appendage. It's a classic case of use it or lose it. However, if you look at the human spine, we still carry a tiny tailbone or coccyx at the bottom. It's like a souvenir from our evolutionary past, proof that somewhere back in the day, one of our ancestors probably wagged a tail. Some babies are even born with a small tail-like extension, which is usually removed shortly after birth. Don't worry, it's not a sign of becoming spider-monkey man. Why tails are still worth talking about. Whether it's for balance, battle, beauty, or buzzing bugs, tails are one of the animal kingdom's most versatile inventions. Some work like weapons. Others operate like social media signals. A few are strong enough to hang from, and some, they're just there to look fabulous. So the next time you see a dog wagging its tail, or a monkey swinging through trees, or a peacock flaunting its rear-end rainbow, remember, that tail isn't just a decoration. It's millions of years of evolution wrapped up in fur, feathers, or scales. And to answer Kristen's excellent question one more time, animals have tails because nature is clever, creatures are creative, and when it comes to survival, every little advantage counts, even a wiggle at the rear. Tails you won't believe exist. Some animals sport tails so strange they seem straight out of a cartoon. Take lizards, for example. Many can perform the ultimate escape act by detaching their tails when threatened, leaving predators with a wiggling decoy while they make a slick getaway. Bonus: the tail eventually grows back, though it might look a bit like a DIY patch job. Then there's the thresher shark, possibly the proud owner of the ocean's weirdest tail, a whip-like appendage, as long as its body, that it uses to slap and stun fish before dining in style. And let's not forget the mannequin bird of South America, whose tail feathers don't just flutter, they buzz during mating dances, giving this flashy little bird its own built-in sound effects. Nature really said, go big or go weird. And there you have it, folks, the tail end of our deep dive into why animals have tails. If you learned something new, laughed a little, or now feel slightly jealous of monkeys' tail grip strength, give this video a thumbs up. And hey, don't just wag off into the sunset, subscribe to our channel for more wild, weird, and wonderful facts from the animal kingdom and beyond. Until next time, stay curious, stay awesome, and remember, even the tiniest tail can have a big story to tell.